Hi, friends. Gene Valentino. Quick call out to all of you on our network and our subscriber base. Welcome, Eric Bolling. Bolling is with Real America's Voice, news broadcaster, anchorman, and commentator from days gone by with other networks. He's with Real America's Voice right now, and the exciting news, which is what I'm pushing out for him, is his visit right here in the panhandle of Florida, the Flora-Bama on the Alabama border, literally on the Alabama-Florida line. Eric Bolling, welcome aboard. Tell the story.
Thank you, Gene. Really good to be with you again, my friend. Yeah, so we're doing a show at Flora-Bama, a live show. I left Fox in 2018, and I immediately started doing some independent stuff. My first stop after Fox was Flora-Bama. John McGinnis, a great conservative, really great bar owner, host, just a good guy, all around good guy, invited me to do a show, an independent show from Flora-Bama. It was fantastic. And this is my first trip back there, and it happens to be with Real America's Voice. So we've been doing this once a month, last Friday of every month, in a different city. We did Orlando, we did the Villages, we did Nashville, Tennessee. We were in Las Vegas last month. And this stop will be back in the Florida-Alabama line. If you don't know, the bar, there are something like 40 bars in this one complex on the beach. And right down the middle of it is the Florida-Alabama state line. And the way it works is at one point in the evening, and Gene, I've got to be honest with you, I'm not sure which state closes first, but one of them closes at 2 a.m., one of them closes at 3 for selling liquor. And everyone goes from what I guess would be the Florida side at 2 in the morning over to the Alabama side at 3 in the morning.
That's correct.
It's great. It's just such a great time, great conservative people there. But I will tell you, get this, Ron DeSantis is going to come, and he's going to spend the whole hour with me on stage. And
wonderful.
I'll give you a little inside baseball right here. In the last, I'm going to say 180 seconds, they called back. Late last night, they said, the governor's going to have a problem with Fridays and have to reschedule. And I said, wait, we've been promoting this. Everyone's waiting for the governor to come. We sold hundreds of tickets already. They're basically free. They're a couple of bucks just to make sure people who are signing up are coming. And I said, really, what? Can't he fix his other side of the schedule? They said last night, they said, we'll tell you tomorrow morning. And I've been on edge all morning, no pun intended, all morning. And about 3 or 4 minutes ago, they called and said, he's in, he's good for Friday. So Governor Ron DeSantis will spend the hour with us. We'll take you through everything. We'll talk about the Democrats, Socialists of America taking over the world, certainly the United States. They want to. Some of the things that are important to Floridians, like property taxes, affordability, those things, immigration. And then there's a big race for Senate right here in Florida. It's Ashley Moody, who was Ron DeSantis's attorney general. DeSantis put her in the Senate seat when Marco Rubio went to the administration. And so she has to run for that seat. She's very much the favorite, but she's up against this new Democrat socialist, the name of Angela Nixon. This woman had almost no money, and she took down an incumbent Democrat. I'm not incumbent, but a Democrat, a well-entrenched, established Democrat with a ton of money, lots of money. And she took him down with virtually no money. So DSA, the Democrat Socialists of America, have nefarious things planned for this country, and they're winning. It's very scary. So we're going to try and get Ashley Moody to come out as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, though, and we always have music, Gene, as you know, and just have a good old time. So hopefully the folks come out.
Folks, Eric is touring America, and what he's doing here at the Flora-Bama in Pensacola on the border in Perdido Bay is what he's doing nationwide. Eric, you couldn't have picked a better spot for the panhandle of Florida, conservative by nature. John McGinnis and his team have done a yeoman's job at maintaining the legacy of the Flora-Bama, the heritage and the inspiration. It's an edifice is what it's turned into of Americana there. You'll have a great show. The Edge is always worth listening to, folks, and knowing Ron DeSantis will be on with you is really great. What about the Save America Act? Do you think you're going to get any help with that conversation?
Boy. So I'm a hardcore original gangster, MAGA, America First, Trump supporter. I'm trying to figure out how John Thune wants to stay in politics, being an establishment rhino and bucking the president on something that I would say somewhere between 80 and 90% of the country is in favor of across all political platforms. left, obviously, even the left is in favor generally of the Save America Act, or at least getting voter ID to vote in our elections. Maybe they don't like some of the other deportation part of it, but they would vote for it. For some reason, Republicans have the House, the Senate, and the White House. This is the time to do it. And I cannot understand for the life of me. I believe it's political suicide for John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader. And I hope it gets pushed through, and then Trump retains the House and the Senate. The Republicans do, and he can get rid of John Thune and get someone else in that very important Senate Majority Leader seat.
Yeah, we had Rick Scott on last week here on Grassroots Truthcast, and I put a call into him to let him know that you were going to be at the Flora-Bama. I haven't heard back yet, so
Great.
you may have more company. You may have more company than you want, but there's a guy. There's a guy who talk about the Save America Act without compromise or equivocation. He needs that. He wants that in place, and so does the Panhandle of Florida. My friend, you'll be in great company over here.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, Gene. I hope to see you, my brother. Hope you come on.
I'll be there. I look forward to being with you.
Good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I spent 12 years at Fox News, and I think these relationships I developed there around DeSantis, President Trump, and such, Rick Scott, Governor, Marco Rubio, friend. I think those are made, and they're so solid, Gene, that these people are coming on. You know, Real America's Voice is a small network, but we're growing fast. We're in the digital space primarily, some satellite, some cable, some radio even, and growing really, really well, strongly. But bringing these high level people who make decisions for the country on, it's really I'm proud of the work I did at Fox, and it's coming home to roost. In fact, right now, this coming Friday.
So are many of your supporters. We remember you from days gone by and like where you are now. And frankly, Eric, I've got to tell you, you're in real good MAGA country here. And there is you mentioned the DSA a moment ago. There's a lot of people here. You say DSA, flags start getting waved along with a few other things. It's the antithesis of DSA around here, and they're not going to stand for any George Soros type of compromise to the constitutional republic we're so proud of. And you're representing that, and you're promoting that, and you couldn't have picked a better place, the Flora-Bama, right here in the Panhandle. Glad to have you. Any other words in your tight schedule that you want to throw out to the group making sure they attend?
Just come on out. It's going to be a blast. We've got several hundred tickets sold, and as you know, it's a fairly small venue, so make sure you come. Just show up. If we need more room, John McGinnis he's been great. I don't think we'll need the Kenny Chesney stage of 20 or 30,000 folks out on the water. I think that we won't have that type of crowd, but we'll fill up a nice room and have a lot of fun with the governor, maybe a senator or two. That'd be phenomenal. Yeah. That'd be a great time, and maybe a high level personality like yourself, Gene. Love to see you.
Well, we'll try to get the sheriff there to at least help us with the parking. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be.
I'd love to talk to the sheriff. That's the other thing, real quick. Carmine Marceno, Lee County Sheriff, and the guy from Brevard County, the guy who loves the dogs. His name escapes me at this moment. Great sheriffs. Florida has the best set of sheriffs, and there's one reason only. Because the governor's office backs the sheriff's departments. If you go anywhere else in the country, there is no more support by the governor to his sheriffs than Ron DeSantis has done to the sheriffs of the state of Florida. And that's why our immigration numbers are great. That's why our crime numbers are great. And that's why the state is growing faster than any state in the union. They've done a great job. I hope Byron Donalds, and I think it's going to be him, it pretty clearly is going to be him. I hope Byron can take that torch and run with it. You know, there's some people aren't loving Byron Donalds as a candidate, but I think he's going to be the standard torchbearer, and we'll see if he comes through with some, real good, strong, solid DeSantis, the work that he laid. Remember, DeSantis only won by a few thousand votes.
That's right. That's right.
Imagine having that Gilliam guy. He's in prison now. He's a felon behind bars for like the third time in 8 years.
Unbelievable. That's true.
Whatever it is. And it could have been him, but we got Ron DeSantis by a couple thousand votes, and thank God we did.
Yeah, and prior to that, Rick Scott, when he was governor, that's when I was county commissioner, represented the area that you're going to be in. And what a great handoff from Scott to DeSantis, and now hopefully Byron Donalds. And this movement is underway. The more they talk about this deep state and the Democrat Socialist Party, the more the conservative Republicans come out of the woodwork, folks. This coming Friday, 3 p.m., the Flora-Bama, right here in Perdido Key, 3 p.m. Central Time, right here in the Panhandle with Eric Bolling on his show, The Edge. Eric, any closing comments?
Just so for clarity, it's for the real America's Voice. I'm on the set of The Edge, which is my podcast, which is all about male health and performance and motivation. And, it's okay to be a dude again in this world where the woke culture was holding us down for so long, for the last 10 years or so. That's about that. But we will be part of the Real America's Voice summer series that we've been traveling the country, just for clarity.
Thanks for the clarification. And thank you, everybody, for joining us for a special edition of Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast. Get the word out. Friday, the 28th, 3 p.m. Central Time, the Flora-Bama with Eric Bolling and RAV. See you soon.
Gene, thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care, Eric.